Do you know that there are things that you must do before you get monetized? Even if you're starting your channel today, you must do these things. If you skip any of these things that I'll be mentioning, then you might just be wasting your time here on YouTube if your goal is to be monetized. Now, these things that I'll be mentioning are very important. You have to make sure that every one of them is checked on your box. You are not missing any one of them. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you all know, this is a place where we teach you how to grow on YouTube and make sure that you're doing all the right things that would not get you kicked out of YouTube. If this is something that you like, stay tuned and subscribe to this channel for more. Now let's talk about the reason why we're here. The first thing that you must check as a content creator is to make sure that you're prioritizing content that actually adhere to the rules and guidelines of YouTube. You cannot create content outside the guidelines of YouTube. This would only get you in trouble. If you must post content, make sure that you have familiarized yourself with all the guidelines and the rules of YouTube, because if you don't do this, you would end up posting content that are not acceptable by YouTube even without knowing it, and you would not be able to monetize your channel, right? Even though you're innocent, even though you had no idea, YouTube is never going to see it that way. They are just going to assume that your content is inappropriate and you would not get monetized. Now let's get into another important thing that you need to check. Now you need to avoid posting controversial topics, right? If you are creating a content, make sure that your content does not carry a lot of controversies, like in aspect of politics, religion, or whatnot. Just make sure you're not posting content that would, have a lot of negative reactions from viewers. You want to make sure that your content is very friendly to advertisers on YouTube, because the way you get money from AdSense is by having advertisers advertise their videos on your content, right? Now, if you have a limited number of advertisers that can place ads on your content, then you would not be able to make money here on YouTube streets. So you also make sure that you're staying away from controversial topics like politics, like I said, and religious, and any other thing that can cause controversies. The next one on my list is the use of language. This is very, very important, especially on YouTube. I know some applications or some social media platform can actually allow you get away with this, but when it comes to YouTube, they are very strict with the kind of language that you use. Now make sure that you're not using languages that can come off as insulting, or swearing, using curse words and swear words. This is very bad for you. If you indulge in practices like this, you are not going to be able to monetize your channel. You find it really, really extremely difficult to get your channel monetized. So make sure that you're using appropriate words. If you by chance use any words that are not appropriate, make sure to censor that word. Make sure you censor it properly, because you don't want to get into trouble. One content can actually destroy your channel or your chance of getting monetized, right? So be very careful. And another thing that you must know is that if you do get monetized, you can still get demonetized. So after getting monetized, you want to make sure that you are still following the rules, because if you think you can get monetized and now go against the rule, then you are in for a very, very big trouble. So make sure that you're always following the rules. The next one on my list would actually benefit you a lot. If you are looking to get monetized and make a lot of money, you want to start building a community from the very first day that you upload a video. Now, your community are those people who would be loyal to you. Whatever video you put, as long as it is something that would benefit them, they would watch it and support you. So you have to start growing your community from the very first video you post. You cannot wait to get a lot of videos or subscribers before you start building a community. Now, how do you build a community? You have to make sure that when somebody drops a comment on your video, you respond to that comment. No matter how little that comment is, make sure that you're dropping a response. Make sure that you're engaging your subscribers. Make them feel like that sense of belonging. Make them feel like, they are part of your channel. Don't just allow people come into your channel and comment, and then you're feeling like, I don't know, Lord of the Rings, or a King Arthur, or whatever you're feeling like, Queen Bee, and then you're refusing to, comment. So it is quite understandable if you have built a large audience and then you get a lot of comments, thousands of comments, and you are not able to answer to every one of them. But if you are still a growing YouTuber, you want to learn how to, engage with your subscribers. You're never too big, because if you were too big, I'm sure you would not create a channel and be, gunning for monetization. Let's talk about this next one. This is something that I see a lot of people doing. You guys, I am very sure that after uploading this video, I would still see a lot of people on my comment section doing this. It's like most times people just do things without knowing the implication, or maybe they just follow some content creator blindly without making their research, because I really don't understand why people are still making this mistake. Now, if you are someone who indulges in spam, this is something that can really, really affect monetization. If you're jumping from one comment section to another and just spamming the content with the same thing over and over again, it can actually be bad for you. It can affect your monetization. If you want to get people to subscribe to your channel through the comment section, you can comment something that is very creative before you ask for subscribers, right? You can do it in a very creative way that people will be curious to know who you are and check your profile. But if you go over people's content and their comment section a lot of times, every time, and you keep commenting the same thing and spamming their content, it can affect you. I am saying this for a fact. I'm saying this in 100% fact and knowledge, right? So you want to be careful with the way you spam. Now, this is not me coming up with my own rules. These rules are from YouTube. If you think I am lying, you can go ahead and check your YouTube studio. It is there for everybody to see. Spamming can actually cost you your monetization. Now, another interesting one is clickbait. It is so sad that a lot of people try to use clickbait to get people to watch their videos, but they don't know that it is easy to click off a video if I think that what was promised is not what I'm seeing. If I see something different on your thumbnail and I am watching your video and I'm not getting that, I'm going to click off. So doing clickbait thumbnail is not the way to get people to watch your videos. The way to get people to watch your videos is actually, putting out good content and giving what you promise, right, through your thumbnail. If you are actually doing clickbait, you have a chance of getting your video or even your channel deleted, right? Because I think this was last year. YouTube rolled out a new guideline, and they kind of started from China or India. Yes, Indian, because Indians are the ones who are very, very used to clickbait. So they kind of rolled out the new rules that they'll be taking down channels that indulge in thumbnail clickbait, right? So if that is something you do, you want to rethink and make sure that you're creating thumbnails that actually serve the purpose of your video. Another very interesting one is misleading content. Now, you have to be very careful about the content that you're posting. You want to be careful not to post misleading content, right? What it can do is actually make YouTube flag your account. Now, let's say YouTube does not flag your account. Let's say you get people viewing your content and they observe that everything you say is not correct. What is going to happen is that they would stop watching your videos. And when you don't get people watching your videos, you are not going to be able to generate revenue, because the way you get money from YouTube is by ad, right? That is one of the ways you get money from YouTube. If people are not watching your videos, you would not be able to make money, because the more views you have, the more videos that you are watching. So the more money you're making, right? So if you are always giving misleading information, it's going to send a message to your viewers that you're not trustworthy, and this can definitely affect monetization. Now, if you found these tips helpful, let me know in the comment section, and make sure that you have given this video a thumbs up, because we're not about to give you all these teas and you're just scrolling away without giving this video a thumbs up and commenting. I hope you love it. Thank you for watching, and see you on my next video.